Greeting you two's family. I pray that this message today finds you in love, light, and peace in God. Today I'm coming to you to speak with you briefly about women and our godly purpose. First of all, let's define femininity. Femininity is a noun and it means quality or attributes regarding as characteristics of a woman. From the beginning of time, God made women to be the helper. Now let's take a look at a Bible verse in Genesis, and that's chapter 2, verse 18. Then the Lord said, "It is not good that man should be alone. I will make a helper for him." So when God created us, He intended us to be a helper for men, not to lead, not to be the one in the head, but an actual helper to your husband or helpmate. But now with the feminist movement, the perception has been totally destroying all femininity, and it has, some women acting very masculine and hard. The feminine movement is attacking the real women, and it's women that knows their place and don't mind being what God intended us to be. And actually, the feminist movement is turning off a lot of true men of God. I could actually go more and more into the topic, but I think that's a subject for another day and another time that I would like to go in deeper with. For myself, I absolutely love being a woman. It is just the way that God made us, the softness, the kindness, and gentleness of our femininity. It's also the way that God took time to make us special and different from men. And the way He made us special to be able to be nurturers and loving and kind. That's what I really truly love about being a woman. Now let's take a look at another Bible verse, and that's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 12. And the verse says, "But for His grace I am what I am. And His grace towards me was not in vain. On the contrary, I work harder than any of them, though it was not but by the grace of God that is with me." Meaning that God didn't make us in vain. He had a special purpose for us, and we should be very thankful for for all of the thoughts that God put into us. He made us as we are, women. God makes us in His image. God supports us um, when we work harder and honor Him with His grace. We should be, just like I said before, we should be so thankful of that God saw women as special. But here comes Satan. He's blurring the lines and destroying the power to be feminine. Satan is actually committing identity theft. He is trying to change the perception of how society sees us and perceives women. Satan hates women. He hates the relationship that women have with God. But always remember this, when just always remember this. God has the real ID. God knows women. He created us. We must be the woman that God intended us to be. We must not fall into the trap of trying to emasculate men and try to take over their positions. There is nothing wrong with being soft spoken, kind, and gentle. Believe me, you get more with honey than with vinegar. Today, we live in a society where feminine women feel that they need to hide their feminine attributes and be, a lot hard around the edges. But really, what we need to do, we need to embrace our femininity more than ever. It's our God's given gift. God gave us that gift. It's a gift from the Most High. God's word does not change. Just because we're in a new millennium, that does not mean God's word has changed about how he sees women. God's word is the same from the beginning and now and in the future. His word does not change. We must remember that we are Proverbs 31 women. And actually, that's one of the most favorite chapters in the Bible. And I've taken 3 of the verses from this chapter, and I'll just like to go over them briefly. Proverbs 31, verse 16 through 17. She considers a field and buys it with the fruit of her hands. She plants in a vineyard. She blesses herself with strength and makes her arms strong. And to me, that means God has given us the mindset. If we as women set our mind to something, we can get it done and nothing can stop us. That's what that verse means to me. Now let's look at another Bible verse here. And that's Proverbs 31, verses 20 and 21. She extends her hand to the poor, yet she reaches out her hand to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is clothed with scarlet. And that to me is, I love to be a helper. And if I see someone in need, I'm going to try my best to help as God has commanded me to. And to me, women who follow the call of God and help those in need without asking for anything in return, he will surely bless. So those are really another Bible verse I have. But the last Bible verse I like to go over, and the third Bible verse, is Proverbs 31, verse 30. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that fears the Lord is to be praised. And that one means to me is, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how your body is shaped. It doesn't matter how your hair is. Or it doesn't even matter how much worldly riches you may have, but a woman commitment to God is what truly matters in life. Beauty and your body, which is only flesh, will soon fade away. I really thank you tonight for joining me, and I hope this word blesses you. To the next time, be blessed.